Hey everybody, happy St. Patrick's Day. Noel Fielding from my super sexy tiny kitchen in my condo here in downtown Fresno. It is St. Patrick's Day and I wanted to shoot this the other day, so those of you who have never made your own corned beef and cabbage would have a chance to see it. But the good thing is corned beef and cabbage is good anytime. So we're going to do a quick, easy corned beef and cabbage. You can cook this whether it's on St. Patrick's Day or any day of the year, and whether you've had a six-pack of Guinness and a pint or not. So join in, watch this. So we're going to start, as I do with most of my dishes, with some fresh herbs, a little olive oil, and I'm going to get our Dutch oven ready to go. So that's going to start with a drizzle or just a little bit more, and we're going to keep this on pretty low heat. And these are my usual suspects: little thyme, little rosemary, little sage, and of course everybody's favorite, garlic. Now, personally, I don't peel my carrots. I like them pretty rustic. Like I said, nice big pieces. I use about 3 full-size carrots here. Top and tail off this onion. And here we've got our brisket again. It's just under 3 pounds. Now, as with most meats, for me anyway, I'm never going to trim it. I'm going to cook it with the fat on, let that render down. At the end, when I'm serving, I might trim off some of the extra fat, just leave a little bit on there for flavor, but at the end of the day, it's going to be really good. Love the spice packet. It's going to go nicely with all the things that I've got in there, but we've got our veggies in here, and we've got our garlic and onions, carrots, celery, our herbs, which again for me it's rosemary, thyme, and a little bit of sage. Little spice packet in there. Being on the size of your cut of meat and the size of your Dutch oven, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 quarts of water. Whatever that amount needs to be to get it covered, and that's the trick here. Make sure it's covered, and I did it with just a little bit more than 2 quarts. And we're going to cover it in a really low heat. We're going to let it sit for 3 hours. And then we're going to come back, add some potatoes, then come back again and finish it off with that cabbage. Let's see what's cooking. Mmm. Look at those potatoes, those are ready. All right. Now, let's top it off with some. So, 1 small, maybe medium-sized cabbage. that off the heat while I prep that cabbage. Let's just set these in there. And they don't have to completely submerge. Not nearly as important as getting the potatoes in there. Look at that. That's going to be a full bowl of corned beef cabbage. So we're going to put the lid back on and get that back on the heat for another 30 minutes. What we're going to do is take out the corned beef, and like any good piece of meat, right? What's the rule? We got to let it rest. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to let it rest for about 15 minutes. And I'm going to come back. That cabbage is going to be super tender. Uh-oh, look at that. So we're just about 10 minutes into resting, and so when you're carving this, not all meats, but in particular this, cut against the grain. You see the grain, right? Going that way. So make sure you're cutting against the grain. Otherwise, it's just going to fall apart. It is super tender, right? So we can slice this right against the grain and get nice full slices. Okay, because this will just fall apart. See, as it comes apart so easy, right? And if you find yourself with a little excess fat, it's fine. You can always trim off some of that fat. But come on, guys. I know we're health conscious these days, but let's not be ridiculous. We don't want to lose all that flavor. And it looks like we're going to have enough to feed probably, you know, with a nice fist-sized portion of protein, probably going to get enough to feed 5 or 6 people off this. Let's go take a look. Woo. And there they are. Nice, super tender. Some people may not want to stick their fingers in there because it's hot. That looks like it's going to be all right. So we've got a nice bowl of a few potatoes, some of our corned beef. I am going to cheat while no one's looking and give myself a little bit extra because, after all, I made it. And just a little bit of that broth. Bring it all. There you have it, everybody. Corned beef and cabbage. Right here in Noel's tiny kitchen. And honestly, it's only Thursday, and this is the easiest meal I've made all week. You'll love it. It's simple. You can do it. Keep watching. I'm going to try and do this a little bit more